Well, looks like we have made it once again into the mouse territories. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the magnificent world of Mouse Guard. Let's go ahead and just give you a quick hello there and welcome you to Encounter Roleplay. And I would just like to remind you that we're using Fantasy Grounds as our virtual tabletop of choice. And we also would like to thank Whaling Games. If you go to whalinggames.co.uk, you can get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer, and 40k minis for 20% off. We would also like you to check out Dice Envy, who have an amazing subscription service where you get cool dice every month for just $5 as a starting price. And these are limited runs of dice delivered to your door. So I advise you to go to diceenvy.com. And you can also support the show by retweeting. That's right, because retweeting lets people know, in my case, that we are live, that the morning will start with mice, and it may end with mice. And gosh darn, we are going to be playing mice. We would also like you to make a clip if you see anything that's magnificently entertaining. If this is not entertaining enough at the moment, you just wait. I will bring out all stops. Let's just go ahead and welcome everybody to Mouse Guard, the role-playing game, where, as you can see, we'll be playing mice. And why don't we go ahead and just get started really quick? Let's go around to each of our players, ask them who they are, who their character is, what their belief and instinct are, and we'll move forward. Quick note, Distracted Elf, who plays our fantastic scientist named Moira, is having a winter wonderland. So we will momentarily, hopefully, have them jump in, but if they don't, we will persevere. So how about we start with Emma? Why don't you go ahead and introduce Courage?
Hello, I'm Emma, and I'll be playing Courage, strong boy, good mouth. My belief is that I do my best to protect those who cannot protect themselves. And my instinct is, even though I'm frightened, I'm going to stand my ground in the face of fear. And my goal is yet to be seen, so I'll go back to that one. Well, that's it.
True. Yeah, let's go to Misha playing Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira. I'm Misha. I'm playing Kira. That's right. Kira's
a character today.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. Kira's guard mouse. She's blue-cloaked black mouse. Her belief is that it's better to stand and fight now than to leave trouble to sneak up on you later. And her instinct is people who are laughing aren't trying to kill you. So try to make people laugh.
And to the mouse, I have yet to see laugh, because last episode it got pretty dicey, to say the least. Heathcliff Moss.
Hey.
Heathcliff Moss, the angriest little mouse in the territories for 2 sessions at least. He's a nice mouse. He likes bees and honey, and he believes that the safety of the territories is more important than his own. So I imagine this campaign ending with Heathcliff spear first down the mouth of a bear. Maybe not. We'll see. My instinct. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
My instinct is that the guard code always provides the right answer, which so far, I don't know. We'll see. Goal TBD.
We shall see.
TBD.
I'm hoping that we don't get to that point of diving into a bear bite, because you are mice, and a little spear might just be a little less than a thorn in my eyes to such a titanic creature.
Yeah, I imagine a fight like Ant-Man where the mouse goes like, ah, and then you pan back and the bear's just like, hum.
That or it steps on you, or worse, you miss and you just bounce off and You tumble into the ground. It's amazing. Well, let's go ahead and do a little bit of recap. I'll go ahead and just introduce you to the world. Mouse Guard takes place in the Mouse Territories, and the year is 1154. And the mice of the territories are intelligent, they're sentient, they have been able to survive and fortify their settlements to essentially advance into a medieval society. And this is all thanks to a group of mice known as the Mouse Guard from Lockhaven, their home citadel, their stronghold, where they send out their cloaked and well-trained guard mice to essentially keep the territories safe and allow all mice to prosper within the territories. Who wants to give us a rundown of what happened last session, especially because Kiara wasn't here? Well, she was there, but we did not have Misha here to personally aid us with such things as a sword. Or wait, you have a bow and arrow, that's right.
I have a bow and arrow, yes.
Bow and arrow, yeah. I've got the sword. Do you want to recover any nature, any of you guys?
I'm at 3.
I'm at 3 as well.
I think you should go courage unless, Misha, you have a lower nature. Because I think that courage is the most prone to actually tap his nature.
No, I'm good. Go for it.
Okay. Then let me check my notes.
Yay!
And remember exactly what happened.
A lot happened.
A lot happened, which is just why I'm trying to piece it all together. So, first of all, there was just, in general, a lot of rolling last time. And a lot of failing, I feel, at least on Courage's part. We left Lockhaven to head to find Bennett in Wolf Point at the behest of our guard's mouse, sort of Gwendolyn, matriarch, I'm assuming? Was that her name?
Matriarch, yes.
We got our beetles out and on our way to the to Bennett and Wolf Point. One of our beetles was eaten, and we had
by a toad.
By a toad, and we had to abandon the cart. But in doing so, we managed to get. By failing, we got an extra player's turn check, which we used later on, which was pretty good, pretty useful. We met then at Wolf Point a guard's mouse named Blaze with a yellow cloak, who then took us underground through the series of tunnels, which turned out to be a rabbit sort of burrow converted into sort of like a
like a warren.
A warren. For the rabbit patrol, where we met Bennett, who came with us, and we met a rabbit named Hutch, I believe, who agreed to take us to. Someone remind me where we went. Was it back to Lockhaven?
I think you essentially what the mission was. You needed to go and retrieve essentially a store of supplies that was held at a town called Tapper's Point. Now, you need a Wolf Point because they have rabbits, and you then traveled to Tapper's Point, and you loaded up on radishes.
Yep, and we've loaded up on radishes. We got a whole bunch of supplies, and on our way back to Lockhaven with the supplies, but we were then ambushed by some vagabonds on the road. However, with some of we were saved by Hutch and Moira, who created a sneaky diversion whilst Courage and Heathcliff kind of just like kept the bandits occupied, and then we made a mad rush back to Lockhaven. And at the end of the player's turn, We got rid of some of our conditions, and Courage and Heathcliff got some strong and learnt some skills. And that was it. I'm pretty sure.
That's a good summary. Well done. And
Thanks,
from
friend.
there, we can just sort of jump. You get a point of nature back as well, and we can just go ahead and start from there. So it is about it is spring. That is the season. You just survived a long winter. That unfortunately, as spring began, a bear wandered into the mouse territories. Your patrol leader, Samson, tried to lead you as best he could, but unfortunately he succumbed to a shrike, and it has been about 3 days since the trip with Hutch. And when you essentially spend like a day or two in Lockhaven after delivering the radishes with Hutch, Bennett sort of takes a while to rest Hutch because he did like leap and bound across the territories, literally across the Mouse Nation, to deliver these essential supplies. All of you took a little while to rest up. It was 2 days later that a group of mice, a patrol, came back to Lockhaven with Samson in tow. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
He is alive, but you quickly notice he is in rough shape. He's carried in basically like not a gurney, like what are those things? The things that they put people on, and then they carry them from both sides. God, thank you, stretcher.
Stretcher.
Being carried on sort of like a makeshift stretcher by two of these patrol mice. And he is brought to the Lockhaven Infirmary, where immediately you hear rumors that he is in bad shape, and he is unconscious. But they were able to save him from whatever fate befell him after the shrike carried him off.
You are a kind GM.
What, you didn't want to go and face the strike yourself?
I was gonna actually. My first question was whether we could go and save Samson after the last game.
Yeah, you guys could have if you had spent a player's check, but it was rough going where we left you guys. You do not have time to really check on him or anything like that, because almost immediately afterwards, after you experience this and the word is around that Samson survived and that he's back in Lockhaven, you get a request from the matriarch to come up to her office immediately. And the four of you walk into her office, and she sits there. Her desk looks much different than the last time you were in here. It is rife with what looks like little red strings that have been nailed down into the map and sort of representing different paths that these supply trains are going to be making. Because you see on the Mouse Guard map that, to your dismay, another town has fallen prey to the bear's rampage. It looks as though Appleloft took the brunt of the bear's arrival. They have now confirmed that Root Wallow definitely has seen the bear's passing. Now, from the way the map is set up, it looks like the bear is somewhere northeast of Root Wallow and sort of settled in this little triangle between Darkwater, Lone Pine, and Maple Harbor.
Okay.
And Maple Harbor, you see, has a big red mark on it. And Gwendolyn turns to all of you and says, "Ah, yes, please have a seat. I hope you've enjoyed the past few days of rest. It's been troubling times. I want to congratulate you all on your mission. Very well done. You, I imagine, avoided a rather messy encounter with a few unruly things.
We did good.
Well, yep, you did do good. I understand Samson has just arrived, and I'm glad to hear that he... unfortunately, I do not wish for you to trouble him. He's clearly gone through some turmoil. I will have the healers attend to him. No worries. But he's also to be put under guard.
Tell him that his best friend Courage is thinking of him every day, please.
Absolutely. Sure, he'd be proud of you, Courage. You've done well in the reports I've read.
I learned from the best.
One thing I do wish to...
at my good friends.
Oh. One thing I do wish to alert all of you about, however, especially as no doubt rumors will start flying around as they want. It appears from our patrol's report that as they recovered him, they were able to perform a secondary mission I had sent them on, which was to question Samson on the validity of the mission he performed during winter. To my dismay, he did not accomplish the winter mission, along with his patrol. And you would know that this mission was an emergency movement to essentially reinforce the scent border. And she says, now he lost his patrol during that mission, but assured us he had accomplished the mission. Unfortunately, I do not believe he was being entirely truthful.
Ma'am, are we sure that the scent border is going to do, well, frankly, jack shit against a bear?
There have been instances in the past where, yes, the scent border has not been able to deter a creature such as that. But, regardless, the scent border is a border. It keeps out some of the worst predators, and more than that, it keeps out some of their prey. There's a reason we don't have all sorts of deer and caribou traps seen around. As long as we can keep their prey out, they shouldn't have any reason to really venture into the territories. And to my dismay, it does look as though we are having lots of activity as spring has blossomed. I can verify the scent border does have some effect on keeping our territory safe. I understand there may be doubts of that now that the bear has waltzed in and left destruction in its wake. And I understand Root Wallow was, thankfully, its people were evacuated before too much damage could occur. Now, Lockhaven has housed Root Wallow's population. However, Lockhaven's reserves and supplies cannot keep them here forever. Therefore, I would like you to venture back to Root Wallow, along with the team carpenters. I'd like you all to assess the damage, try to ensure that if it is salvageable, that we can start moving trains of the refugees back to Root Wallow as reconstruction is. We are keeping tabs on where the bear's ventures are, where its trail leads. And I believe we could count ourselves lucky that it's heading eastward. Maybe it will venture all the way to the eastern border, if we're lucky. But for now, we need to start reconstruction efforts. And that requires the protection of the guard.
Gwendolyn?
What efforts are... Go.
No, you go for it. You go for it, Heathcliff. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay. I'm gonna snap the friendship bracelet that Courage gave me on my hand as a control to not get too upset. And I'm gonna say, what efforts are being made, if any, to get the bear out of the territories?
Good question.
As we speak, there are several rabbit patrols trying to manage the bear's trail and warn towns that are in its path. Spruce Tuck has been working on something that could lure the bear, hopefully, towards the scent border if all else fails. As our last option, we can rally the territories to wage war against the bear. Make it much too difficult to remain here without us harrying it. Of course, none of the towns in the territories are privy to that option. We do not like the idea of amassing another army like we did in the Winter War against the Weasels.
Could the scent border itself be used to chivvy the bear in a direction?
It could. Unfortunately, the scent border is not easily moved, covering such a long stretch of territory from where the bear is right now. Quite simply, Spruce Tuck doesn't have the concoction ready for such a thing. Not only that, that requires many patrols to not only scout, but to deliver and apply the mixture. As you can imagine,
I'll step back.
As you imagine, we already have many patrols trying to aid those who are suffering in Appleloft and currently in Maple Harbor. Courage, you may speak.
Hello. I just had a question about my best friend Samson. Is he in trouble for not, doing his mission?
We don't intend to do anything drastic as of this moment. What we want to do is make sure that he is taken care of and recovers from his injuries.
Okay.
Then we will
Yeah, because the thing is, I've known Samson for about a week, which makes him my longest and bestest friend. So I need to know that I refuse to give up on him, and I know he is a good man, so yeah. That's all I had to say.
Thank you, Courage.
Courage is on the verge of tears.
It is good to know that Samson has such good friends like yourself. especially in the times to come. I will not lie, it will be difficult. But you have your mission. Ensure that this patrol of carpenters and townsfolk who are willing to return to Root Wallow are protected, and ensure that it is safe. We don't know if any animals might have tried to move into Root Wallow while we were away.
Ma'am, may I make a suggestion?
What's that?
So we've been relying on the synth border around the greater territory. Might it not be effective to make smaller synth borders around each of the towns?
She sort of folds her paws in front of her and says, "We have thought of such things in dire times. Sometimes, yes, we could innovate. Fortunately, Spruce Tuck has the largest knowledge of how the synth border operates, and they're not very privy on donating that knowledge or at work, as well as the materials. And not only that, Mouse God is spread thin as it is. It's been 4 years since the Winter War with the Weasels ended. The entire territory is still recovering. Quite simply, we're stretched thin. And not only that, between you and I, the territories and its settlements are at odds with one another. Right now, I need to ensure that this current crisis is taken care of. But if you would like to take your hand at drawing up this plan, concocting the mixture and materials and the chemicals required, as well as gathering those materials, we can consider that in the future.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll do our best.
And I don't mean to sound disencouraging.
That's my name,
Simply-
half of it.
Ooh. She sort of winces. And I don't mean to discourage you, Courage.
Ah.
And she says, for now, we have to do what we can. This is a dire time. But I'm certain that if we stay true to the oath, the god will prevail. If you don't have any questions, you are dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
Very well. And you can write goals now.
Goals. Sorry, I think I missed the name of the town we were heading to. Because I know... Root Wallow.
Root
was one
Wallow.
of them. Cool.
No, that is it. Root Wallow is it.
That is what it... Sweet. Not Spruce Tuck. My goal. It's time to establish goals.
Please give me a goal. Goal.
I want to start rebuilding some places in Root Wallow to house refugees.
Okay. So you want to build homes.
I want to build homes. Build shelter in Root Wallow.
Nicely.
Because I got these muscles for a reason.
I want to find a better way of defending towns.
So you want to find a better way at defending the towns from what? This is probably going to be the
predators
of your goal.
probably.
Okay, from predators. Got it. Nice.
Or maybe not necessarily better, but different.
What about Heathcliff?
I think I'm gonna use my anger because I still have that condition to channel my anger into helping, and that way by the end of the session I'll use my player's turn to get rid of it. Now that Samson's back.
Impressive. All right.
Oh, I just thought I should mention I'm also technically still angry. So.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Misha, you did not get to experience the plethora of conditions I gave every single party.
So many.
Oh my lord, it was tremendous.
I get to be the calm, rational voice of reason for a change. Holy crap, this is gonna be terrifying.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. What do you do before you partner up with the group of carpenters that you need to part with?
We're not allowed to go and see. We're not allowed to go and see Samson, are we? Okay. So
you see that he's been. If you do, you see that he's been placed in.
That's fine.
Sort of a like private room, and there are two patrol mice standing
then
guard.
I do my best to pull out of my little sack a piece of like paper, and I fold it in half, and I draw a tiny myself holding hands with a Samson, and I write on the front, "Get well soon," and then I go around to everyone and get them to sign it, and then I slide it under the door.
I love you.
I mean, it's what you do.
Yeah, I'll sign it.
Big muscles, big heart. Big muscles, big heart. Oh my gosh. I'm writing that down.
Cute. Okay.
The heart is a muscle.
They sort of look a little like concerned, like, oh man, this poor child.
Just do it, please. I'm angry.
All right. They take it and they promise that they will give it to him, since you are part of his patrol. And what else do you want to do?
When Courage is angry, is Courage extra polite?
Yes. Please. He's like shaking, but. Thank you so much.
I love them. Oh, this is so cute. Okay. And what else do you guys want to do before you head out of Lockhaven and join the other mice you'll be traveling with?
I'm gonna go to the closest hive and see if I can get some royal jelly.
Royal jelly. Go ahead and make a resources check. Obstacle 1.
Oh, I have 2 dice on resources. Okay. It's just a long shot, so let's see.
Yeah, I know you have reputation there, so I only made it obstacle 1, and you are successful. Go ahead and add royal honey to your inventory.
Perfect. Royal honey!
Ooh, royal honey!
Oh, is this royal honey I see?
Well, hello there.
Elbow,
right.
wrist, wrist.
I'll be looking forward to seeing All right. Anything else?
I would like to try to find any trace of the scent border, like the stuff that gets used for the scent border.
Okay.
Just to kind of like look
Do you
at it.
find any trait? Like, do you want to find Okay.
Like if they're putting out the scent border in barrels, for example, I want to find
Yes.
one of those barrels.
Okay. That sounds like a circles check. So circles is a special role that your character is essentially using their social status and connections in order to find someone that can get them what they need. Instead of doing resources, I think I would have you do a circles check because it's probably controlled by very specific people. So go ahead and
Kira
get
is a
your
popular
circle.
mouse.
If you need helping dice, you can give helping dice. Everybody.
Let me see.
I will help you.
To be clear,
I
I
would
don't
know-
necessarily need to find the stuff itself. Like if the barrel is empty, that's just as good to what I'm looking at. Or looking
I'm gonna say obstacle 3, obstacle 2, because you're okay taking an empty barrel.
Yeah.
If we can help, I would help. Heathcliff would help.
Excellent.
I will help you with labourer by picking up barrels and shaking them to see if they fill or not.
Very well. Heathcliff, are you gonna help, or are you too angry?
No, I'll angry help. Yeah, totally.
Angry
I'll
help.
help
We're all
with-
just silent.
Where's the barrel?
I'll help either with Haggler or Persuader to
Where's
get
the
the information that you
catnip?
need. I need the barrels,
How many
man.
successes does it look like? 4 and up is success. Yes.
How many?
4 and up is a success, right?
Yep, correct.
Then 3 successes.
We got 3 successes. All right. You'll go ahead and find a mouse who is sort of... They are a patrol guard who generally doesn't leave Lockhaven. Let's go ahead and... Did you ever make a friend for your character?
I did not.
Really? Would you like to make one now? And just...
Sure.
Yeah.
Will them into
What-
existence with your eldritch powers.
Yeah, that's the amazing power of the circles check.
Yeah.
So, what is this mouse's name? Or do you want me to pick a name?
The power you have right now is his.
Life.
I know, right? Their name is Graham.
Oh my god. Clam?
Yeah.
Graham, Graham.
Graham. Oh my god. I was like, Cram?
In the
okay,
UK,
so
we call that person
Graham.
Graham.
Okay.
Crazy.
Do you? What kind of mouse are they? They obviously are of the science type. If they're going to let you have one of these barrels.
Yeah, I mean, probably a scientist. I like, so they were like my mentor's sibling. Sure, that works. So I've known them for a while. You know, whenever family dinners happened, they were there, kind of thing.
I like that.
Okay. That's pretty amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and say he is a like a dark gray mouse. And you know that he handles most of the scent border like storage just in case of emergencies. And he is also in charge of like disposing of like caustic materials that maybe some of the more inexperienced apprentices for scientists in Lockhaven tend to get into. And he looks up ecstatically as you enter, and he goes, "Oh, here! Welcome! It's a pleasure to see you again!" And he goes over and like shakes your hand aggressively.
Nice to see you too, my friend.
Absolutely. What has your adventures been like out there in Lockhaven?
Well, we've been running from a bear mostly, chasing people ahead of us so that they get away from the bear too. It's been awkward because
Well, if you're
bear
wearing that cloak for one thing or another, I guess a bear is a good enough reason. Oh. Well, listen closely. I need you to help me with something really quick.
And he says,
Put on these gloves.
Is this gonna make me smell weird again? Because like the last time I helped, I smelled like a skunk for like a month.
Now listen, getting skunk musk is one of the most important parts for the work we do here in the science division of Lockhaven. You had better respect the hard work we put into.
Trust me, I
respect
respect it greatly, but I have to go out there and be sneaky, and if I smell like skunk, I can't be sneaky.
Oh, well, even better. Here's what you can do. Since you're leaving Lockhaven already, could you dispose of this for me?
and he gives you this like, it's almost like as big as you, this like wooden cask that at one point it must have been an ale cask, but now has been repurposed for some ungodly operation. And he hands it to you and says,
Could you just find a tree to just dispose of this under? I'm sure it'll take care of itself as, time goes on. It's just my stock is too full right now. And I imagine since you're already on a mission, you probably need to get rid of it for me. Right?
So under a tree, it can't just be like taken out in the woods and burned, because whoa.
Now listen, I know that your mentor. I know that your mentor taught you better than that. He taught you not to start forest fires with such elaborate scientific experiments.
See, that's a good answer. If I set this on fire, it will start a forest fire. That's why I ask these questions, okay? I'm not asking to be rude. I'm just trying to make sure I understand the parameters of what I'm dealing with here, because that's very important.
he suddenly leers at Courage and says,
Is that Tenderpaw there with you?
Yes, they are.
What's your name, youngin?
Courage.
Courage. Listen here. I'm gonna get now. That we smart mice of Rockhaven. We do hard work. You take these words, you keep them buried in your ears. Don't drink anything out of these barrels.
I'm too young to drink.
No, have you smelled this? Why would anybody drink out of this after the way that...
Kira, you'd be surprised what these tender paws do when you're not looking.
No, actually, I probably wouldn't be.
Now listen, you said you were dealing with bear stuff, correct?
Yes, I did.
How about this? I'll sell you... What do you want? If you can get me some bear urine or some scat,
To leave.
I can get you some... I don't know. You just name it. I'll get you like
How much scat are we talking about? I actually happen to know where a bunch is.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa! Now you see, that's the next. Imagine if we could compound the stench of a bear into the scent border. Imagine how rank it would be. How we'd be able to clear off the entire map of all these evil, horrific animals.
Are you okay?
Me?
Everyone? Mostly him.
He's always like this.
Okay.
So
That's ideal.
So how much are we talking? Are we talking like a cart full? Are we talking like a barrel full? Are we talking like a
trust me.
handful?
We'll get through it. Oh, handful? No. Kira, you know me. I'm an honest mouse. I'll give you
+4 resources dice. You'll be able to add
That's a
four
lot.
dice in your resources if you want to get him his bear
Pool.
compounds.
I will do what I can.
Well, that's all I ask of you, Kira. That's all we ever ask of you. Now, you ensure you stay safe out there, all right? Get rid of that barrel. We don't need it here anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, this barrel has leftovers of whatever ungodly scent border concoction was kept in it. It's not completely empty, but it's like mostly empty.
So I can't just break it and use the boards into a smaller compact. Nature.
If you break it, if you break it, it's gonna smell.
I have a question.
You said it wasn't empty, so I'm not gonna empty. I'm not gonna break it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have a question.
All right.
What's the question?
What animals does the scent border specifically repel? Is it stuff we might find inside as well, or just bears? Like
It essentially, as I understand it, it is. Let's see. It is a concoction made by the mice of Spruce Tuck, and it's essentially just like a territorial marking. It uses like some of the like scents and concoctions. Like I imagine personally, it's like a mixture of skunk musk, wolf like parts, and other vile herbs and chemicals that are sort of like compounded into this viscous liquid that is sort of like routinely applied to this trail that the mice have set up.
Okay.
It doesn't really tell us what exactly is repelled. It just tells us the worst of the animals that could make the mouse's life difficult are usually repelled by it, including some of the other animals like deer.
Can I try?
Not all the time. What do you want to do?
Or is it? If there was like a little hole or a little in the barrel, if there is, or is it completely sealed?
It has a cork on it at the bottom.
Okay, no, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything.
And it has a lid as well.
Okay, I'm away.
Please,
I'm away.
We're not opening this in town. If you want it later, fine, but not in town. Please, God, not in town.
I'm too scared to open it anywhere near this man.
He gives you his whiskers, like he's sensed some foul play somewhere nearby.
He can sense fear, I think.
Kira.
Yes.
There's work to be done.
And he trudges off into his workshop, leaving all of you outside.
I'm used to such abrupt behavior. So I what's the word? Shoo courage out in front of me with the barrel, tucked under, or tip the barrel on its side and roll it out. Since it's as big as I am, you said. Carrying it's not going to be.
It is. You either can have both of you attend to it, or you can carry it over your head as best you can. But essentially, I'm not going to make you roll to carry this just yet, because you still have to meet up with the carpenters that you'll be leading to Root Wallow. Speaking of which, unless you have anything else to do in Lockhaven, this is it. This is it.
Heathcliff?
That's it. Heathcliff? No, he already got his royal honey. That's right.
Oh, right, then.
All right.
I'm
So
good.
the lot of you go to essentially where these mice are waiting for you outside of Lockhaven, and it's about 8 mice that are loaded up with carts and supplies for the journey. They've brought building materials and hammers and tools that are going to be very essential to getting this work done. And there are also a group of mice, about 12, that you recognize, some of them richly dressed from Root Wallow, some of the families that governed the spider silk industry there. And you see one of the carpenters comes up. She's a black-furred mouse with a big hammer at her side, and various little nails and other things at hand. But you also see she has this really large, like, sword sort of tucked into a hilt behind her back. She sort of puts her hands on her hips and says, "All right, name's Opal. Who's in charge here?"
I look at Kira.
I guess that's me.
Moira. It would be Moira, maybe. But I think Kira, let's say Gwendolyn gave you the okay this time.
All right. That would be me, Kira. I stick out a paw.
She takes it, gives you a hearty handshake, and says, "All right, so listen closely. Just make sure we don't trip over any snakes, and once we get to Root Wallow, make sure no snakes sneak up on us." And she leans in and just sort of is like,
I'm also not keen on bringing these folks with us, by the way.
and she sort of points over to these Root Wallow mice and says,
They insist on coming. But I think they're just going to slow us down, if you catch my drift.
Well, it is their home, right?
Of course, home, but as far as we know, the bear sat on it.
I'll build it again.
Or maybe he
Just remind me, was Root Wallow was the one that got attacked first, right?
no, that was Appaloft. You don't know necessarily whether Root Wallow was destroyed or not. You just know that the bear was in the area.
Gotcha. All right. Well, either way, more hands, more help. I mean, you're obviously going to be in charge of anything, because you are clearly a wise and learned mouse who knows what it is that they're going to do and how best to arrange this. But surely,
yes.
not even you can handle everything by yourself.
That's why I got these folks here. It's my family. So, just make sure nothing befalls us, alright?
We will do it if we can.
Courage has an eye twitch moment.
And yes, you guys are all set to go. Let's have a Pathfinder check. Obstacle 5.
I think we've all got Pathfinder 3, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Who's closest
Yeah, so
on their pass fails?
I'm not. So if anyone's close to leveling up. Heathcliff, do you want to do it?
Unless Kira has any pass fails on her Pathfinder.
I probably do, but I can't find that piece of paper, so go for it.
Follow
I'm the
me,
same, I
mice.
completely forgot.
I will find the path.
I'm the path.
Sweet. I'll help
Yes, I have
you.
3 Pathfinder, and I have the help of my squad. So that's
Yeah.
5. Is anybody in the trail helping?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, sorry. The anybody in the caravan helping, or just the 5 dice?
None of them are particularly. They're not guards mice. They're sort of Lockhaven mice. So
Okay.
they're not the adventure type. And
How about
Rootwalla mice also. Opal? Nope. She could probably have like something like a scout check to keep an eye out, but I doubt that she'll be the one to read maps and stuff like that.
Okay. So
Maybe,
5d6.
The obstacle is 5, by the way. So if you want to use a
maybe
trait to
tap
help yourself,
something, like tap your nature or something, or if you want, because I upped my nature and you've only got 3 nature, I can do it. Add 4 dice, and then you guys help me. Then we have 9.
Okay.
That sounds like a
Because
plan.
then at least we're even with nature, and no one's. Should I do that?
I support that plan.
So, okay. So I'm gonna add my 4 nature, 3 pathfinder, and helping dice from both of you guys. I have to do it 5 and 4 because my dice is still. Good. Okay. And 4. How did we do? 5, 5, 5. Oh, sweet.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's turning around, guys. But my nature's bet down to 3.
Success. That's a very good success. Now, however, I need a scout check. Because as you guys are moving towards Rootwallow, you begin to either... let me check. Because I think it's probably going to be... Yeah. Let's do a scout check. It's going to be a versus test.
Who's
scout 3.
scouty? Perfect. I have only 2, so you go. I'll help.
Yeah, I'll help too.
Okay.
Opal can help because she can scout. So 6, hopefully.
Do.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, 3.
3 successes. Oh.
Let's hope they had less.
Okay. Good. I'm scared. I'm a little scared.
Why do we always
Okay.
get attacked by the snakes and the toads and the shrikes?
Because we're mice and we're tasty. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Let me go those, and then I
We
will
shouldn't have
2
brought so
more.
much honey.
Oh, hey.
1, 2, 3, 2. 2. Okay. So
Edgy.
here's the thing. Here's the
Oh
thing.
no.
You all begin to mosey your way towards Rootwallow, and you're able to arrive in the vicinity of Rootwallow's home. And you see that, to your delight, that the majority of Rootwallow has survived the bear's passing. Unfortunately, it looks like the log, the log, Rootwallow is sort of like built into this like fallen tree, and it looks like it was just like rolled over. It wasn't like squashed by the bear. The bear probably just smelled some of the mouse smell that had basically conglomerated inside because they live in it, and might have like just pushed around trying to see if it could get any of them out and then left. So there's probably some like minimal damage there, and the carpenter's work is mostly just going to be like making sure they can move it into like a proper position again. But it looks as though both ends that were previously closed off are now clawed open. So it looks like they'll have to rebuild walls that kept any wandering predators from getting inside. And that is where, Kiara, you notice that there does appear to be some stench in the air. This foul, damp smell of a milk snake. And you imagine it is...
Stop, everybody.
Yeah, you imagine it has made a dwelling within the town. But you don't see it right now.
Back, everybody. Like, make the universal symbol for back up.
Opal does so. Opal does so.
So, you stay here. We're gonna go check to see how big a snake we're dealing with. And we'll be right back. Got it? Cool.
All right.
Yup.
Because you were able to make such a good roll against the snake, you are able to sort of venture into the edge of Root Wallow. And you see that among the houses that have been constructed on the trunk's interior that are now sort of tipped over, you see that there is what looks like a curled up lump of scales. And its tongue flickers out, and it begins to rouse.
My legs are shaking, but I stand my ground, because that's what I do.
I look at the barrel. Look at the snake. Look at the barrel. And look up to see if there's some place we could, I don't know, pour the contents of the barrel onto the snake from.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you want, you can make a nature check and try to, climb. This is, going to be, almost like urban,
Yeah.
oh gosh. Urban, what is it?
Like parkour.
You pour your way up the trunk so that you could drop this barrel onto the snake.
Guys, parkour mice. Duh. Of course we have to.
You just have to make a nature check. Because I'm going to imagine it's going to be difficult making this barrel all the way up there.
Would steady paw help with that?
Yeah, I'll certainly allow helping dice with that trait.
All right.
Now, are you going to get any helping dice from this? Oh, you already rolled. Okay. Okay, I was actually going to make it obstacle 4, which is interesting. So here's the thing.
No.
Okay, Kira, you climb up, and all of you watch this as she sort of gets up.
To be clear, I'm not dropping the barrel. I'm pulling the bung out of the barrel and pouring the goo onto the snake.
Okay. You do this. And what I imagine is going to happen is, as all of you watch Kira do this amazing trek up through this town that has been flipped upside down, and you are able to position yourself just over this this snake. And you pull the bung and allow what little is left in the keg to just dribble out onto this snake. You see it doesn't react immediately to this wet gunk that is dribbling onto it. And then, almost in a drunken manner, it just sort of and it begins to slither rapidly away from this town, utterly confused and it traumatized. You can tell. Courage and Heathcliff, you guys kind of have to like dodge out of the way as the snake begins to mosey its way through.
Can I do something? Can I do something?
What's that?
Because I've wanted to do this before, but I didn't want to open the barrel. I want to get my like needle and I want to swish it in the gross muck, and I want to kind of just like try and like wave it in front of me, like get away, like that.
I don't think you could because one, you didn't go with Kira, and two, the gross muck is on
pouring on the floor.
Now.
Oh, I thought it was on the floor. Okay,
well, I mean, here's what I think we should do next. Kira, you were able to climb up there, but now I think we need to make a roll to decide how well you're able to drip this gunk onto the snake. So I think we should make some sort of check to see if you're able to cover the snake with this and not the town. This might just be a help.
Can I help?
Or this might actually be a scientist check.
How about survivalist? Because I know that snakes take in a lot of their environment through their smell and their scent glands. So I'm trying to use that survival instinct to get that and disrupt that so that they are confused and not really able to be at their sneaky best.
Yes.
Okay. Now survivalist is also good for jury rigging. So I think if you want to sort of use survivalist in that manner, I will allow it. It's going to be obstacle 4 that, however.
Can I help?
And if you fail, what's your wise?
Legends of the Guard wise. Can I tell the story?
Okay, what story, Courage, do you want to tell?
I want to tell the story of the amazing celebration I saw after the Winter Weasel Wars 4 years ago, where I saw guards mice ceremonially pour drink into this person's mouth from like the top of like the honey conserves, and they just all went wild and they got really drunk, but they were pouring like from a very high distance this liquid into this person's mouth, and I was like awestruck. Yes, good, cool.
Kira, you be the judge.
I shout this story up to you.
You be the judge.
Yeah, sure. So
and it was wild.
I take the
it was
story and like, oh, so you gotta like, okay, I see. So funnel and like, like grab a leaf or two and construct a rudimentary
funnel. One of them
funnel
was doing it upside down, but I think you should do it standing right way up.
Yeah, we're not gonna do a cake stand today.
Cool.
No. Okay, so roll your survival at obstacle 4. You can't use steady hands to help you again. Wait, no. Yeah, maybe. Because steady. No, because you already used it for your one check, and traits can only be used once.
Can I help?
Unless you have another trait. What can you help? Heathcliff, what can you help with?
Apiarist. Fluid dynamics for sticky substances.
Guys, we're really reaching. I love it so much.
Oh yeah, totally. I have skills that are better applied, but I'm really pushing for apiarist because I love it. I love figuring out how to use it for random stuff. But if not, I have scout and I have other stuff that work better.
I will not allow Legends of the Guard wise. I will allow Apiarist.
But my story was amazing!
Yeah, but fluid dynamics. I mean,
I'm just being so
Okay.
mean to Courage. I'm so sorry.
Ben, can I
Don't
use
discourage
labourer? Can I use labourer?
I don't think you can use labor because
Can
you're
I
all the
use
way down
scout?
here.
Can
How
I
are
lick
you
my
using
finger and
scout?
see which way the wind is going to help with directional flow? Sorry, with the directional flow
I
of the
am
liquid.
going you can add
Here,
FP and PP after you roll, yes? Or do you have to
FP
do it
and
before?
fate points. Yes, you could. But you have to add persona points before you roll. However,
Alright.
so persona points are
Courage is
one
just
per persona.
shouting random stuff at you, just like nothing is helpful.
Or you can use a persona point to add your nature to your roll.
Well, let's do that.
All right, what's your nature?
Hold on. Gotta find that tab. Nature is 5. So 5 plus 4 is 9. One, two, three, four. 4 successes.
That's what I needed. We're going to be able to dribble this down onto the snake
Yeet that stuff.
without making a terrible mess and making the entire settlement stink to high heaven. And this snake begins to wiggle its way out of this offensive area and into the wilds of Rootwallow's forest. And once again, you guys have circumvented a conflict that I was really hoping would eat up a lot of time in the game. So now let's go to player's turn. Because you guys are now capable of helping out in Rootwallow. Everybody has one check. And there is a possible GM's turn after this, by the way. We can have more than one player's turn and GM's turn, by the way. So how about we all figure out what we're going to do for this player's turn, where each of you are going to have one check. And I'm going to refill my coffee, and I'm going to go to the bathroom while you figure this out initially.
Okay.
I'm not panicking.
Guys,
Well, first I'm gonna rebung the barrel because
Yeah.
my eyes are watering.
This is great, first of all. I love how chaotic this is.
I
Hey,
like
when
how
life gives you
Mouse
lemons,
Guard-
you make lemonade.
Mouse Guard
Exactly.
has a structure, and we just go and take that structure and go like, nope, let's just
No.
do this.
Yeah,
No
what's
thanks.
the structure of which you speak?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's just random nonsense.
The issue is that 4 had us fight someone and it go real bad very quickly. So now we just try our best to never fight anything. Which
I mean,
is
we're
fun.
mice. We're supposed to be
Yeah.
mousy and hide and avoid conflicts. I mean,
Yep.
that's how I see mice.
Is there anything we need to do? Like, we need to do that could be
Reconstruction.
like something. Yeah. That's the main thing, isn't it?
No,
Yeah,
you know what?
I kind of want to.
Watches.
Yeah.
We need watches.
Yeah, we should make sure it doesn't come back. I'm gonna see
I also
if
think-
there's any snake cast off that can be reincorporated into this goo when we
Yeah.
get back.
I also
Uh,
think it'd be cool if we go to the scent border. I don't know. I feel
I
like it could be.
How
don't
far
know.
away is that from where we are? That's
I
the
don't
question.
know.
Far.
But I thought.
Yeah.
Now, I was confused a bit about the players' turns. I thought it was basically simple things. But he mentioned we could have saved Samson using one of our players' turns, which makes me think we can do a lot more than we think we can.
Mm.
I think we could have set up we could have set up the next session.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
With our
that's
players.
right.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good point.
So I think that at least Heathcliff, personally, I'm concerned that because we avoided one conflict, and me as a player, and we have more time, I really think I need to set up a watch and make sure that we're not going to get another encounter out of nowhere.
Yeah. That makes sense in game as well.
So now that the
I'm
barrel's
back!
empty, you're back.
No.
I'm back.
So I am going to, now that the barrel is empty, get rid of it as I was supposed to, and see if I can find hopefully a shed snake skin that I can fold up into a small-ish ball to take back to be reincorporated into the set marking border thingy.
That sounds like a hunter check. And this is actually a very important hunter check, so I'm just going to go ahead and make a versus test against you.
I have no hunter. So,
You don't have hunter?
no. Why would I have hunter?
Survivalist?
Oh.
I'm a smith, and I can make things.
You can
Cool.
beginner's
I have
luck hunter if you like and start learning it. But hey, if you succeed, then it'll be a potent victory.
Yeah. We did that once, and it actually worked pretty well. But it's up to you.
Okay, so beginner's luck, I roll, and
You roll your will, half your will,
after
round it up,
Uh-huh.
and you can add any traits that you want. You can also get helping dice. Does anybody here have hunter?
No.
Does anybody have any other skill that they would like to use, including Wises? Because Legends of the Guardwise might actually be useful for finding
Yes.
snakeskin and something else that might be a secret thing.
Okay, I will use Legends of the Guardwise, and I'll go up and I'll tell Kira the story of a really amazing hunter I knew personally, who went off into the woods one day and found rescued a little red fur mouse from the stomach of a snake that had eaten her, and then harvested the snake's skins and brought them back to Lockhaven, and then that's how the festival of the red snake was born.
That's a pretty good story.
That's a pretty good story. Dang.
It's Little Red Riding Hood.
All right
pretty
then.
much.
Let's add it. Let's add a dice for that.
My kimono, guys.
Woof.
Woof.
Go ahead and does Heathcliff have any helping dice for this?
Oh my gosh,
I
no, it should have been eaten by a wolf spider. That's so good.
I have no way to use apiaries to help, so I'm going to use Scout to help.
Okay, that sounds like a good start there. And whenever you're ready, Kira, I'm going to go ahead and roll the snake. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
And if I spend a fate point, I get to add.
Fate points are actually only used for re-rolling 6s that are rolled. They explode them. Or you can re-roll a failed dice with a fate point if it relates to your wise. You can spend a persona point to add 1 to your roll, or you can spend a persona point to add your nature to your roll, or you can spend a persona point to re-roll all failed dice within your roll.
Ooh, oh my gosh, so many good things you can do.
Mm-hmm. But that also has to be related to your wise.
Oh, the persona point has to be related to your wise?
Yep.
Huh.
Oh, for re-rolling all failures.
Ah, got it. Okay, then I'll go ahead and spend one to add nature.
How many dice do you have right now?
That'll give me 9.
Whoa.
I had 4, so.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. 5.
Yes. Impressive. Impressive. You guys are crushing it today. So here's what will happen. You're going to be able to find snakeskin. What else? That was your main goal, right? To find snakeskin? Yep. Okay. And it is a smelly snakeskin. It stinks of snake. It's bad. It's nasty. And you also find something else with the help of Heathcliff. Heathcliff, you examine the area that the snake was sort of settled in, and in one of the houses that had been sort of destroyed by the rolling log and the snake's activity, with you find a concealed clutch of eggs.
Ooh.
Snake eggs.
Breakfast!
Damn. Oh.
What do you do?
Nah, courage is vegan.
I would point this out to Kira and say, well, the guard uses rabbits. Could they use snakes if trained?
No, we do.
I was thinking the same thing.
New rules in Mouse Guard: taming a mount. Let me read this section.
Oh my
for
God.
you.
You're giving us
Capturing the
writers.
Yes, please.
It is very
We have a
dangerous to
snake.
try to capture an animal to use as a mount. Typically, a fight-animal conflict must be used for capture. But just capturing one isn't enough. The animal must be tamed and trained. Capturing young. Young animals have reduced nature stats by 1 or 2. If you can find and capture them, they're easier to train.
Oh my God.
These are young. Tame a mount. You must engage in a taming conflict. The mouse uses lore mouse to attack and feint, and hunter is used to maneuver and defend. Disposition is generated with will plus hunter or lore mouse. The animal uses nature for all its actions, just like any other conflict.
But these
If
are
you spend
eggs.
So we just
you
want to
spend,
take so we're not trying to tame the mounts. We're just trying to take the eggs so that the mounts can be tamed.
I could just go ahead and have you spend a check to take these eggs, and you could start the training process if you want.
We could take them and think about it. Or we could become the Snake Kings of the Scent world. Just
Can you
saying.
imagine?
One thing
the
you're certain
following?
of is that any of these eggs, if they are discovered by the Carpenters or Rootwallow's residents, they're going to smash them like immediately.
I mean, that's the safest option, but not the coolest option.
I'm so sad that Moira's not here.
For the record,
Oh my gosh, I think Kira's doing a great job filling
yeah,
the...
Kira
filling
is
the
not in
disagreeable
favor
voice.
of this plan at all. You know, just the
whatever you want to
skin
do with your
was
chat.
as far as she was willing to go.
Okay, here's the thing. Heathcliff, if you want, you can go ahead and roll a hunter check to try to know enough about baby snakes in order to keep it and not let it wriggle away from you when it hatches.
Okay,
That's
so
gonna
let's
be... Go ahead.
because I don't have hunter. So how about we use that check to
That's
No
why
one is
I'm saying
either.
this is a bad idea!
do either. So beginners like hunter, and depending on the success,
Okay.
whether or not I even know that snakes can be tamed.
I can be tamed.
Okay. Yes, I'm
Hang
gonna
on a
have this baby snake roll against you. It's not even hatched yet, and it's already rolling 5 dice.
Okay, can I help?
Yes. What are you helping with?
Full.
Tell me, Courage. Tell me what you're
Legends
helping
of
with.
The Godwise.
Tell me the legend of the snake mouse. A
tell-
snake mouse centaur.
Tale of the Taming of the Snake, an age-old play by well-known bard mouse Guillaume Shake Sword, this mouse found a snake child and raised it as its own, and it thought all along that it was a mouse, and it had little ears, and it was convinced, and it fell in love with a mouse prince, and then it could never be. Their love was just not fated because it was a snake, and it just wasn't gonna work. But it was really funny, and in the end it was a comedy, and somehow it was all fine. I forgot the ending.
I
But it was
remember the
perfectly
ending.
Well,
I can sing
that's
lower,
what you got.
I'm
That's what
sure.
you got, my friend.
I can
Okay,
think lower.
So,
I have free will, but I
this-
also am angry.
angry only occurs in conflicts.
Which is why it's best
So I
to
have-
avoid, I think.
2 will.
Now, here's the thing.
Plus
I only got
bonus.
1 success on my roll against you.
Okay.
So you'll be rolling half your
Interesting.
will, which is going to be 3, I think.
2.
Oh no, you're which is going to be 2. You're getting helping dice from Courage. Kira, I don't know if you can help
Hell
with this.
no, I'm not helping with this shit. This is stupid. No, I'm not helping you.
Moira is also
Hell
against
yeah.
this, I imagine. I imagine Moira's against
Yeah.
this.
Oh, she's gonna be so disappointed when she comes back.
I'm capped.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Twitter her just to ask.
Can anybody
hey,
just see
Laura.
Emma do this like dab, but her camera cut out, so it was like.
Yay!
Okay,
That's
so-
the energy I strive for in this game.
Okay.
All right.
So
Let's.
I'm
I guess whenever you're ready,
56.
sir.
I'm not going to add any of my traits and wises, though I really want to, because I'm afraid that something else is going to happen later and I'm going to regret having used them. So,
I'm the same.
Like getting eaten by a snake.
I see it. I see it. I see the success.
Okay.
I see two
So
successes.
the important part is you understand that these eggs, they're going to hatch a while.
they're going to hatch what?
They're going to be in a little.
Oh.
It's good that you came along when you did, because now you have to decide what you're gonna. Okay, hold on. Let's. Oh my gosh, which egg are you gonna choose? Are you gonna choose? Oh man.
Oh, Charmander?
I was literally just
Bulbasaur?
thinking one of them's got
Bulbasaur?
Charmander, one of them's got.
Oh no, it's an
one's got
Ikens.
Squirtle in it.
You gotta get the Ikens, yo.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
There's a fourth one.
Okay,
which
okay,
rolls
so-
down, which has got Pikachu in it.
So here's what you have to decide. What do you do with the rest of the eggs as you choose your egg?
This is like.
Okay, so I know that Kira doesn't want anything to do with this. How about
No.
you, Courage?
You feel
Well-
the egg move in your paws. It is alive and ready to be released into the world.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I don't know what to do. I helped you.
Kira
because I
looks
was
at
fun.
Kurt like,
helped.
"You do this? Are you daft,
That
child?"
means I should finish what I started? No, I shouldn't.
You have two-
Are you
have two
asking
guard
courage?
mouse in front of you. One of them is obviously about to do something. The other one obviously doesn't want you to. What's your tender paw heart say?
I will say this: Opal and her carpenters are going to smash the rest of these eggs if you leave them be.
I protect those who can't protect themselves. Baby snakes can't protect themselves, even if they're bad. We can raise them to be good. Okay, I go with Heathcliff. We can change the world.
Let's be Slytherin together.
I'm actually Slytherin, but this is crazy. Okay, I help you.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Okay, so here's what has to happen now. Okay? So Heathcliff, you spent your player's turn check making sure that you could salvage the eggs, and that you'd be able to make sure you could transport them and keep one for yourself. Kira, you spent your check to do what now? Have you already spent your check?
Skin. Yeah, I was trying
That's
to get
right,
the
you got the
snake
snake skin. Courage,
I'm still.
it is up to you to figure out how you're going to rescue these eggs from the carpenters and Root Wallow's returning
have to do-
residents. You are the one
Okay.
with the player's turn check.
Gosh,
By the way,
okay.
you guys are supposed to be stationed here in Root Wallow until their work is done.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I had things that I was supposed to do, but this is not cool. Okay, sweet.
Oh, we had plans. We
Amazing.
had plans before when you were.
I had so many plans.
away
How
and
big
You
are
guys
they?
had goals.
And then snakes.
Yeah, you guys had
Then
goals.
snakes.
So many goals. Thankfully, I didn't use any fate or persona points this time. But how big are the eggs?
They're about like they're like a big giant pearls that are just wet and soft. They're like you have to
So-
hold them in your like they're about like yay so.
Okay, so I could hold all of them.
No, there's I'm going to say how many is a clutch? Clutch snake eggs. Tell me, egg Google. Here's what I googled: clutch snake eggs. How many? Oh my god! A female snake can lay anywhere from 2 eggs to 100.
Hang on,
well,
this
you
is
know
not.
what
You have to tell me if it's
so
100 eggs,
see if
because
that
that's a
makes a
different.
difference.
That's a different story.
Okay, here.
If it's
Okay,
100
let's roll.
eggs.
Let's. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll 2 d20s. No, I'm gonna roll a d20. There are 20 eggs.
That's
Milk snakes lay
Maybe.
from 2 to 17.
2 to 17.
Yes.
minus 3.
Let's say there's 7 eggs. Let's
7,
just
cool,
be safe
much
and say
more
there's
money.
7 eggs. Because milk snakes have 7 nature in the Mouse Guard rulebook. We're fucking homebrewing this. I don't give a shit.
Here is what I do. Here's what I
Okay,
do.
so
Everyone,
Here's what you
prepare
do.
yourselves. I go and I take one of the cloaks off of one of you, and then I take off my helmet and I start constructing a mouse-shaped body with the helmet covering it, and I want to tie the cloak so that the eggs can drag. And then, I just kind of get my blanket, which is grey, and I kind of just cover it. And I, just do all those things to make it look like a little, perhaps a guard's mouse who did not make it. And then I just want to nonchalantly drag it away for proper burial. Because I think that'll work, because then no one will look at it. No one will notice if I'm just, clearing out stuff and, like, someone didn't make it.
Okay.
This is a bad idea.
Let's roll
Okay,
for
hang
it.
on. Let me go back to the drawing board.
No. You do what you want to do. This will either be a scout check to sneak away with this, or a manipulator check to bullshit your way out of this.
Cool, don't have manipulator, and a scout is 2. But I'm very determined to do this. One of my traits.
I could sense it. Yes, you are determined.
So I have 6 eggs, because one is with Heathcliff, because he's chosen one to be his pet. Right?
Yeah.
So once I've bulked this up enough to be a mouse size, I'm going to oh, okay, even better. I'm going to give it like a piggyback, as if whose ever cloak I've borrowed has just sort of fallen asleep. I'm just going to walk out with it. Heathcliff's cloak. Heathcliff is just having a nap. And off I go. Scout. I'll scout it out.
This is the worst best idea.
We're gonna die.
Okay, here's what I'll
By our
do.
own pet snakes. And there's nothing we can even do about it because it's our own fault.
So I don't. Where am I taking them? Where am I supposed to go with these? Will, Heathcliff.
Where am I-
Will. Where am I going with this?
Heathcliff.
Because you've got yours. So what do you want me to do with these now that I've
Heathcliff,
got my fake mouse?
Here's what you know. If these eggs are going to hatch pretty soon, you imagine they're going to hatch probably in 2 hours between that. Once they hatch, they're going to start wriggling and crawling. Thankfully, they're they're not especially agile. If you are able to make a pit, maybe you could keep them from getting away.
So wait, are we trying to get them killed, or are we trying to rescue them? Because I'm
I really don't.
not
I was
sure
going to
we're on the
rescue
same page.
one.
You're following your belief and instinct right now, as I understand it.
I'm protecting those. Yes, I'm protecting those who cannot protect themselves. I want to take them away as far as I can, and then just throw them somewhere where they can't get to root wallow. Into a pit. Sure, that'll work.
On the way from Lockhaven to here, did we talk to the people, to the carpenters, to figure out where they were going
This
to
is a bad
start the
idea.
rebuilding process?
This is a really bad idea.
Opal says that they are going to work on trying to get the log righted so that they can save time on deconstructing the majority of the houses that have been flipped over and try to get the log moved back to its original position. That's going to be a measure of rope, pulleys, leverage, and the extra mice that they have gathered. So it's gonna be a little while before they actually start moving inside to construct inside.
Okay, so I would tell Courage away from the log. They'll start here.
I'm so... Right, okay, I do that. I take them to a patch of long grass where they can slither off and do whatever. Let nature take its course. And that's that.
And Heathcliff, you're keeping one, correct?
I have a question, actually. The guard code, the guard mouse code, the guard training, what does it say? Does it say anything regarding this?
There is explicit rules concerning handling baby predators. Most of the time, you kill them on sight because they grow up into actual predators. But there have been cases, like has been told to you by Legends of the Guardwise, where a mouse who is persistent has been able to make exceptions and use predators as a mount.
Okay.
Or
And
raise
some
them as their own
exceptions, of
daughter
course.
who believes they are a mouse. Once. It happened once.
It's a well-known fable.
Okay, so I'm not going against my instincts if I am taking a chance. Letting all of the eggs hatch and leave would be against stuff. But
So-
this is Courage's turn, not my own.
Yes. So courage, you
Courage
can actually
is-
do this without Heathcliff noticing.
Okay. Now I'm conflicted. Because I was doing this to help Heathcliff. And kind of because it suits my goal. Not my goal, my instinct. Instinct, I think. But if it's...
These babies are defenseless.
I know.
You just drove away their mother.
See, I never thought that I would ever be in a position where I would go against my belief. Because that's such a wholesome one. But now I'm...
That's the mouse life.
Heathcliff,
They
you
mice. They are a bigger danger to the rest of
Yeah.
mousedom than they are
Yeah.
than they are a cute cuddly thing that you want to protect. Would you have
Yeah,
this problem
okay,
killing a weed
I-
that was strangling your garden?
Yeah. I dismantle my fake Heathcliff mouse, give him back his cloak, and I say, oh, look, I don't know what to do, but if these are gonna hurt more people, they're technically not like... I don't know what to do. And I think I just
Heathcliff, it's
have
your
to
player's
leave
check.
him.
It's your player's turn. You need to do what you know is right.
I would take this opportunity to work on instructor and work on Courage's fighter, and we do what must be done.
Oh
I
my
am taking a
god,
risk.
what?
Courage.
I am taking a risk.
PvP?
Are you making me kill the snake?
Courage. You
making
can
you.
spend your courage. You can spend your player's turn check to roll your fighter and destroy these juveniles.
That
It is
got
the duty of
so
the mouse
dark.
guard.
So
These
quickly.
unhatched eggs. Heathcliff,
It
you
is the
still
duty of the
know that
mouse
you
guard.
can keep one safely to yourself.
Yes.
Wait,
And between
That is-
between all of you.
oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not sure. I have no idea.
This is your role, Courage.
Yeah. No, Courage can't do it. He can't do it. Someone else has to. He's not going to. I'm sorry.
Okay,
He can't.
that's fine.
What
I'll
else,
take
what
my-
else are you gonna do?
Take my
Me?
put it with the other ones.
Yeah, because you still have the check.
If
Oh,
you're gonna
that means
actually
you don't get
destroy
one.
them, then yeah, I will totally destroy them.
I'll let you guys destroy them because I don't think we need a player's check to destroy them.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of deciding what does Courage do now that you've allowed this to happen. You still have a player's check to do whatever you need to do. You could make a circles check to connect with someone. You could make some sort of other skill check to perhaps feel useful. You could try to accomplish your goal if you feel you haven't done
Yeah.
that appropriately.
I think I just go with all my muscles and my tears, and I go start building some shelter. But one thing I will do is, as I go out, I want to go to get the lid of the barrel that Kira used, and I want it to be like a shield because it's got the stink on one side.
Do you have armor?
I have light armor. I have the helmet.
Okay, but do you have the skill?
I have armor as a skill, yeah.
Okay. Then I
Armor
will allow
two.
you to make a shield. Yeah, let's.
Okay,
you will
I'll
be
do
able to
that.
make a shield with it. Obstacle. Let me check. Obstacle 2.
Obstacle
Do you want to
2.
use one of your traits to help you?
Yeah, because I think. No, no, I'll use it. I'll use my trait to help me. I'll use determined.
Okay.
Because I really want a
Determined.
shield. Because I
Nice.
couldn't protect those snakes. But if I can protect myself, and, you know, then I can protect others, I guess. I failed them all. Good. Good. I still keep it, even if it's not a shield yet. I'll work on it later.
Okay. Oh, that's your roll.
Yeah.
Ooh.
One fail. I hold on to that.
What conditions do you
Angry.
have right now? That's
Angry.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh, man. I'm gonna... Jeez. I got two
Go for
options
it.
right now.
Please. Send me into insanity.
You're gonna be sick.
Oh, I'm sick.
Because you're determined to use this lid as a shield, and guess what? It certainly repels. But
Yep.
because it's got that odor to it, you're gonna be sick, and you're gonna retch. Not only because of what you know Kiera and Heathcliff are doing at this very moment, out of earshot and eyesight,
Sweet.
but because this
I
is a
can't-
gross shield, and it stinks.
Okay.
And yeah,
I can't-
does Heathcliff and Kiera do it equally, or does only one of them finish off these foul spawn?
I have no qualms doing it, so
Yeah, I'll do half. You'll do half, and I'll save Salazar for last. That was
Yeah.
the name.
You named it Salazar?
Yeah.
Don't you know?
No, but you don't have to destroy it. If you have, you don't
I
have
have
to
to.
destroy it though.
You can.
I
You have to.
because anger was getting the best of me, but the code is clear.
Not only that,
Oh, it
the
makes sense.
code. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. You could defy that if you want.
Yeah, I thought about it, but then I saw Courage's reaction and I saw Kira's reaction, and I imagined Moira's explosion of, "Oh my god, are you
Yeah, it's like,
what?"
yeah, that's
And-
exactly it.
My
It's
squad
a
is-
snake. It's
Yeah.
not a natural disaster. No, the bear was a natural disaster. It would be like a
Natural
It'd be like
enemy.
It's bad.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to go. Goodbye, Salazar.
Oh no. Okay. And that is the last we see of these eggs as they are beaten and chopped. And once Opal and the other Rootwallow weather dents, once they discover that this has been done and that you discovered the eggs and driven away the snake, they are very grateful.
Mm.
And they invite you to join them in ensuring that the log can be moved, pulled back into place after the bear went through a very gentle scavenging, we shall say.
Is
And
there
I
any
believe that's where
bear
we're gonna. Oh, bear poo? You didn't look for any. You looked for snakeskin.
Ah. Gotcha.
There are bear paw
Tell me
prints.
that
There are
bear
bear
is
paw prints.
All right, cool. Next time.
Well, that is where I think we can end our session. One, because you guys dodged my conflict that would have eaten up a lot of time, and we're also missing Moira, and I feel like it's okay to sort of halt before we get too far ahead, so Distracted Elf can catch up. Man, today took a turn I was not expecting.
No!
Wow.
I was not expecting to have to argue that keeping a snake as a pet in your mouth is a bad idea. Because
I wasn't expecting that either, but I also wasn't expecting you to turn around and tell Courage, a wholesome boy, to kill a bunch of baby snakes.
they aren't
Protect
babies,
the
they're
territories.
snakes!
Wait, hang on.
Cute.
Oh.
Look at
That
this
was either-
boy and tell me
They are snakes.
he could kill baby snakes.
Baby
With enough
snakes
training,
eat
yes.
mice too.
Yeah, the more
Guess
the
what?
conversation progressed, the more I thought, oh crap, we need to actually care, feed, protect, hide. Oh no.
What
this
are
is
we
bad
gonna
news.
feed baby snakes?
We could have raised
Baby
it as
mice?
a baby
I don't know.
mouse.
No! Snakes
I
are
would-
obligate
I would that.
carnivores!
That's
You
what I would
cannot
be. I would
feed them
be.
like baby mice! They will not survive on a diet of vegetables! You cannot
You're
have a
really
vegetarian
channeling.
snake!
Guys, but we did miss out a lot of great chances to say sneaky snake. Just say sneaky snakes. I really do wish a little bit that I'd gone with the pretend mouse snake pile. Just a
This
little
is so
bit next
sad. You
time.
guys lost your beetles, and then you immediately lost your snake.
Yeah.
I know, it was sad.
Yeah.
Sad episode.
Let's make it feel better.
Let's
Let's make it feel better by giving out awards. All
Yes.
right, so here's the thing. Who here acted on their belief? I feel like everybody.
Yeah.
But, I don't think I did actually, because my belief is I do my best to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and those are.
Oh gosh, I thought that was your instinct.
Babies. Nope, my instinct is.
Actually, yeah.
Like trembling from fear, I stand my ground.
So here's what I think you need to do. Go ahead and get a fate point for your instinct, courage,
Yeah.
but you don't get one for your other opportunity. Did Heathcliff and Kiara do their belief in instinct, by the way?
Belief, yes. Instinct, no. It's kind of hard to make people laugh. Apparently. I might have to change this instinct later.
I feel like, yeah, you could change your instinct at the beginning or end of any...
You made
session.
no. You made laugh. You made Graham laugh. Remember? I'm pretty
That's
sure.
right. You did make
Graham
Graham
laugh.
chuckle a little bit.
Graham.
Brian
sorry.
was the best.
Harshland, I advise you to buy Mouse Guard because look at this thing. This is a beautiful book. The inside of it is just a tremendously beautiful, well put together site. And also it's fun as heck. It may take you a while to learn how to GM the structure of the GM's turn and the player's turn, but I honestly say, yeah, you should play this game. It's wonderful.
Sneaky snack.
By the way, let's go to persona points. Who here accomplished their goal?
So wait, belief and instinct is one fate each.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
correct.
Goal.
I think I did.
Kind of.
I found a way to improve the gook.
True, you did. And you did acquire materials as well. With that snake skin. So I'm tempted to say yes, you can go ahead and receive a persona point.
I think I did
Anybody
manage
else?
to use my anger to help. I said to help the people of Roswell rebuild.
When are you going to get rid of your angry?
I'm
You've
still
been
angry
angry
too.
for like 3
angry.
sessions.
I'm always angry.
Woof.
That's a
Yeah.
secret.
That's a secret.
We are dorks.
Courage, what was your goal?
I definitely didn't get mine. Mine was to build shelter in Root Wallow. So this is my fault because I thought that I could pick up the. I thought I could pick up the shield and build shelter in one turn, but nah, it's okay.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to this reward that doesn't often come, but I want to just touch on it because you guys came real close. Actually, I think, Courage, you might have accomplished this. If you play against your belief, if you make a decision in the game that's counter to what you believe, and you let everyone know about it through your performance of your character, you earn a persona point. Courage, I feel like you definitely did that.
Hey,
You let those baby snakes die.
Oh,
You
gosh,
did.
Yay.
You let them die. You get a point, though.
Cold-hearted killer.
What was
Kill again.
what was your belief, Heathcliff?
Territory 60 is more important than my own.
Ooh.
I went this close to go against it by keeping the snake.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's true. That's true. You rode that line pretty smoothly. I want to give you something for it, but I don't think you crossed that line. You just came to it and turned away.
Courage made me turn away. He's
The tender paw
No,
of
fine.
all people.
Yeah, we all learn.
We
all learn.
I think you came close, but your belief still has hold over you, and that's okay because you can still act on it. Let's go ahead and go to our 3 rewards that are vote established: MVP, Workhorse, and Embodiment. Who do we believe gets these 3? And you can't. Each of you has to get one of these.
Right. I think Workhorse. Workhorse. Embodiment should go to Heathcliff for really playing that anger right through. Oh my gosh, I felt that.
I was going to try and get rid of my anger if I got you to kill the snakes with me, but didn't work out. But yeah, that was definitely just getting my anger out.
I'm going to go ahead and say that MVP should go to Kiera, because the mission could not have worked so smoothly if you had not made that nature and dump disgusting scent border mix check.
Hey, when
That's
you have
true.
disgusting goo, you should use it.
Yeah.
For sure.
And honestly, Workhorse, I think, fits for Courage, because Courage just keeps rolling out these tales of lore.
Oh my god, those tales are amazing. Especially when you start and midway, oh my god, that's Red Riding Hood, oh my god.
Midway, you realise I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's Guillaume Shake's sword.
If you guys are good with that, I feel each of you can get a persona point for being able to pursue those critical role-playing moments. So yeah. That leaves us with essentially just... Kiara, do you have any conditions?
I do not.
Okay. Do you have
You've
any
been
nature that requires See, the thing about missing a session is that you're able to recover from a condition or get a point of nature back. And I know you missed last session, so I just wanted to offer that to you if you would like to take it.
I have not lost any nature either, so...
Well, I just can't give you any sort of condolences for missing last week's session. But...
That was what the leader of my theory for.
You guys just missed the opportunity to take care of a dangerous predator that would have been cute for like a week until it started getting bigger than you. So let's just go ahead and let's talk about what did you guys think? How is Mouse Guard working for you? And I guess we'll do outros after that.
This is a great game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm actually really enjoying this. It was once I'd figured out what all the different things do. I'm still figuring that out. Then I get it. I get it a lot better. And saving the traits and my nature, that's important, because I kind of just burnt through that a lot at the beginning. So, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think everybody is coming into their own. Slowly but
I
surely.
like the structure of the game and the fact that everybody knows it's a game and there are turns and you can talk in player talk to know that there are resources that you haven't used or haven't used. That's freeing. A lot of freedom in that within the structure of the game. A fourth session and I'm still not 100% sold, and I'm 90% sold on Mouse Guard. It's good. I'm just trying to decide if I like the game or I like the people.
I think part of the reason that is because we've been avoiding the conflicts, and I feel like conflicts are going to remain like a considerable obstacle and sort of like make or break for Mouse Guard, but I feel like the rest of the game is flowing pretty well for all of you.
Definitely. I'm really enjoying it.
I kind of like not necessarily doing the combat-y, conflict-y thing. I mean, if there's a way around, then let's go with the way around. There's no necessity. You don't have to always, run straight up to the thing that's gonna try to kill you. You can always, oh wait, I can backstab it. That's just as good. It's still dead.
I feel like that's sort of like the magic of Mouse Guard is finding ways around these Sea Titanic problems. I feel like that's sort of Mouse Guard.
After 4 sessions and having avoided a couple encounters and having had pretty much one conflict, it feels like getting into that conflict is failing to be creative enough to avoid it when you can.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's a lot of ways to avoid a conflict, I think, which is interesting
because you four have given us a lot of options to find ways out of it, and when we do, it feels clever and it feels good that we found a way out of it. When we encounter it, when we found the strike, it felt like super tense because that thing was super dangerous. And if we had a chance to avoid it, it would have been better than if we had to fight it. So that's
Plus, I think there's a certain element of most of the things that we're coming into conflict with are so much bigger than us that fighting them should be our last resort. This is like, it should be a, no, we're going to die if we don't fight them resort, as opposed to, oh wait, we can avoid fighting them, still live, and still find a way of dealing with them is a perfectly fair thing for somebody to do.
The big thing about it is that that's your job. You have to find ways to like make life safe for these mice who are not willing to stand up to these problems. And I think that's a great like a mix of dynamic that you have to like put up your dukes, but in ways that are not literally your life is at stake. So yeah, I think that's a well done for all of you. Do you guys want to start with outros? Let's see. Misha, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I'm Misha B. You can find me at BG Gameworks on Twitter, or Black Arrow Gameworks on the interwebs if you're looking for a website. I'm working on a hashtag for Black History Month. It's 28 Days of Black RPGs. So if you've got any nominations for RPG players who are black, or who are designers, or writers, or artists, let me know, and we'll see if we can get them a day. So yeah, that's me.
DC Dungeon Commander.
Already done.
And to the ecstatic Amanda Salazar, you almost had it.
I almost had the dream. But I lost it. That's fine. That's fine. I am
really good
Guillermo.
at character.
I'm Will_Knight3 on Twitter, where I talk D&D things, and that's pretty much all I do and all I am online. I am going to be on a Curse of Strahd campaign on Capricorn Course's Twitch channel,
Ooh.
where we're recording it, so it's coming out soon. It's not live, and that's fun. We're in a house, and everything's fine. Everything's great. Varoga is amazing and lovely. Come visit.
For now.
No, it's
I've
fantastic.
heard-
Skeletons? What? No.
I've heard different things about Barovia. It's like dark and scary and spooky.
You know,
and that-
they've put a lot of more money into their tourism campaigns these days, so...
Okay,
Who
then
knows?
I must be missing.
Strahd is my travel agent.
Give us a tour of
That should be a
what you get
t-shirt.
up to. Huh? It's your turn, Emma.
Me!
Yeah,
Hello! Hello, I'm Emma. I'm at Emma on Twitter. And yeah, you can find me online talking about D&D and posting Dungeons & Dragons art, Critical Role fan art, commissions and character art, and if you want a commission of your own or a drawing of any kind of illustration, then please let me know, and I'm sure I can whip something up for you. That's me. That's all I do.
And I am 4. It's me, the Mister that is the. I gotta find something that rhymes. There. The Bester, the Mister Bis. I'm in the business of playing role-playing games over on my channel. On Sundays, we will have 2 special streams for you, one of which being Queers and Quaggots. It is a podcast/talk show with Abigator Frenzy, and we discuss how you can bring queer-related content out of the Monster Manual and into your campaign. That's right. You can also check out the YouTube channel that I have on my Twitch something to see our previous episodes where we discussed Slatty, Knowles, mimics of all things. That was a weird episode.
Ooh.
And you can also tune in later on Sunday at 8 p.m. EST, where we be playing 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons in a World War I fantasy setting. And they're about to fight a silver dragon, which is going to be an interesting delight.
That's not cool.
It's a mess. I think that is it for us at this time. I believe we are all set to give you the wave and invite you to sign up for future Encounter roleplay streams. But other than that, invest your time in Mouse Guard. It is a delightful adventure. And it's also, I think, a very character-driven game if you don't want to involve yourself in too many numbers. In the meantime, we'll be seeing you later. And by all means, enjoy your Monday. It's a pleasure. Farewell.
Bye! Thanks for watching.